Invention, Imitation, and Opposition. Jean-Gabriel Tarde is one of the founding fathers of sociology, and he developed the theory that humans exemplify one of three basic processes: invention, imitation, or opposition. This theory can be demonstrated in many aspects of human culture. However, the example I will use to demonstrate and explain this theory is the 1992 episode of The Simpsons, simply called Mr. Plow. In this episode, Homer Simpson, the father from the titular family, invests in a snowplow as a business venture, but soon finds competition with a close friend and their snowplows.
Just think what I could do with that plow.
Tarde tells us that only 1% of the population are inventors. Homer Simpson's character does not fall into this 1%. The invention we are looking at here is the snowplow, which could be traced back to the early 1800s when a patent for the snow clearer was said to be filed. The first snowplows were horse-drawn and were made of wood. Evidently, the snowplow has gone through many upgrades since then, such as when in the early 20th century the first motorised plough was invented. This, however, was not an invention in the way Tarde uses the word, as his idea for a motorised plough combined the invention of the original plough and the invention of the motor and the car. This clip here now shows the salesman of the snowplow relaying the ideas behind the invention and how Homer could imitate it to gain a profit.
Yeah, I can't afford it.
Bally, this doesn't cost money, it makes money. You make the payments by plowing driveways on the side.
Mr. Plow!
According to Tarde, the stage of imitation is much more widespread in our society. Most people do not invent, they rather copy an idea and will adapt it to make their own version of that original idea. Mr. Plow is the perfect example of imitation. Homer is taking the invention of the snowplow and making his own business from it. To promote himself, he comes up with a catchy name and jingle which becomes his own adaptation to the snowplowing industry.
So remember, call Mr. Plow. That's my name. That name again is Mr. Plow. Oh, could you, Barney? After all I've done for you.
Opposition, according to Tarde, is the logical duel between ideas. Opposition acts as a counterforce, limiting and challenging inventions and imitations, stopping the world from looking and acting the same. Opposition is highly beneficial as it allows society's ideas to grow and develop. Without opposition, improvements to any inventions and/or imitations cannot be made, as otherwise there would not be anything to object them. In the episode Mr. Plow, Homer comes into opposition from his friend Barney, who also buys a plow and becomes the Plow King.
What's it? What that? I don't... Hiya, Homer! Say hello to the Plow King! Barney, you stole my idea. Don't worry, Homer. There's nothing wrong with a little healthy competition.
Barney then takes away Homer's business as he seems flashier and supposedly also has a better jingle.
So you better make that call to the Plow King!
To sum up, the ideas of invention, imitation, and opposition can be seen in many kinds of societal situations, evidently even in primetime television programs. Even though only a small amount of the population are true inventors, many others will imitate and others subsequently oppose, which allows for a progressing society.